Hello, Mark Helton here. I just wanted to put this quick video together to talk to you about check drafts. Now, I've been using check drafts for my business now for a couple of years, and what started it out for me, or what made me go out and start using check drafts for my business, was a couple of years ago during the holidays, actually during Christmas time. I had a couple of different customers that decided to pile up a few months of charges on me and charge it back to their credit card processor. Now, if you've never processed credit card payments, or have never had this happen to you, it's very frustrating because you provide all of the service. I mean, these customers had a website for me. I created videos. I did all kinds of things for them. And they even sent me messages and emails telling me how awesome everything was. So it wasn't that they were dissatisfied or unsatisfied with anything that I had offered them. They just needed the money. Well, the frustrating part about that is I needed the money too. And I decided to go ahead and look for another way to process my payments. So my motto is that if a customer doesn't have the money, then they're not going to be wanting to pay me with a check. So that's why I go out and I actually try to get my customers to pay me with a check. Now, getting a check in the mail is great, and I don't have a problem waiting for a check in the mail if somebody really wants to send a check in the mail. But and when you're trying to get the sale, anything you can do to make it easier on the customer to sign up right then and there, not have a whole lot of time lapse between the time that they send you their payment and you get started on the work, the better. So what I do is I have my customers fill out a form. Okay, and I'm going to show you this form here. This is my contract. Okay, and it's a 2-page contract. The first page is my client agreement. This just tells the customer all of the things that I'm going to do for them, what I'm going to charge them. And then the next page is my bank draft authorization form. And this is just a form that says it's okay for me to take the money out of their account every month on these dates unless they cancel. Okay. And then all they have to do is I fill it out for them. Actually, I put all their information in there, get their name, address, check number, all of that information. And then I have them, once I've filled all that out, I fax it over to them or email it to them and then have them just sign a check. Actually, I have them fill out a check and then sign it and tape it here to this area and fax it back to me. Okay, so that basically serves as my receipt and has everything that I had promised them, everything that I told them right there on the contract. Okay, now once I get that information back, before, what I would do is I would actually use a software called CheckSoft Premier. I know there's a few other comparable services out there. One's VersaCheck, and there's several other softwares out there that does this. But basically what the software would do is it would allow you to print a check draft. And the software is not difficult to use, but it's time consuming to learn how to use. And in addition to that, it costs you about $100 for the software. So anyways, long story short, my printer went out this weekend and it caused me to have to go out and purchase a new printer. And when I hooked up my new printer, my software that I was using, CheckSoft Premier, wasn't working right. So I went out and did a quick search because I really just didn't have time. I wanted to get my checks done and send them to the bank because I've been out of town for a little while. So I went ahead and went to Microsoft's website, and lo and behold, they had a template for business checks. So it was a business check template. And I just made a few modifications to this template, and this is the exact template that I use to print out checks. So I just went ahead, literally an hour ago, deposited a few checks right in the bank for several $1,000s using this exact same template. So it's very simple. Let me just tell you exactly what you got to do. So the first thing you want to do is you don't want to hit enter and space anything down. So you want to make sure everything stays exactly in this space. Okay, so you'll want to, if you want to change your customer's name, to ABC Company, then you'll just do that. And rather than hit enter, right, you're going to want to just go down to the next line and then type in their address, right? At the end of this, same thing. You'll want to go down to the next line. Now, in this case, you can hit enter once you're inside of this table. But if you hit enter in other situations, you'll see, like for instance, let's say I were here and I hit enter. Well, you get the point. Things move around and they shouldn't. If this line here, which is the Micker line, if this line moves down, then it's not going to be, when you print this check draft, it's not going to be in the right position. So you don't want to manipulate these things too much. Okay, all you want to do is change the address. You can change the customer's bank name here. This is the fractional ID, and these are always different. So you just go in here and change that to whatever's there, and you can see that on the check. Here's your check number, the date of the check. Then here you'll put your name here, your company name, the amount of the check, and then here you'll do the dollar. You'll spell out the dollar amount here. Okay. Now the memo, I usually put like, whatever I'm doing, SEO, website, whatever here, and then this stays the same where it says authorized check draft, no signature required. That's important. That's so the bank knows that this is a check draft. Then all you need to do is put in your check numbers. Your routing number goes here, and then your account number goes there. Once you've done all that, all you have to do is print this check draft. Now you're going to need you're going to need like check template. The words are escaping me here, but you're going to need actual check stock. Sorry about that. The one I'm using here is Versa Check Form 1000 Prestige. Okay, and you can pick that up over at any office supply store. It has, you can't see it, but it has the check at the top, and then underneath that is blank area where you may have memos or other things that print. So the check that's detachable is at the top, and it's perforated, so you could just tear off the check, and then that's all you would need. You can also purchase. Let's see. I'm using a different. Okay, my other check stock is form number 7000 standard. I believe these are Avery. But either way, I mean, you can go to the office supply store and you can look at the check Versa Check Form 1000 Prestige. That works pretty well, and it's not very expensive, but all you need is that, and you can go ahead and start printing out your checks. You don't need to have any fancy software. I'm still going to use my software because I purchased it, and there's other features that I like that I have on there. But here's the awesome thing: once you've created this, you can save it as a template for that customer. And if you have a monthly charge that you charge them every month, all you have to do is go back in here, edit the date and maybe the check number if they're providing you with different checks every month, and print out the new check. It literally will take you 2 seconds to print out your check draft, and you don't have to fool with any software. So if you know how to use Microsoft Word, there you go. You've got yourself a cool little system. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and download. If you look underneath this video, I've included the download link to download this check draft, so you can go ahead and download this yourself. Other than that, again, thanks for watching this video. Let's talk to you soon.